morning, everybody. Can everyone hear us? All right, it's great to see everyone. Thank you for being here. Day 3. We really, really appreciate you for being here and for getting up early and for still being present and doing the work. So we have a special treat. We have a group of young people here who have come today to speak to us and work with us on how to bring youth voice into our programs and how to authentically and meaningfully include them, both in the programs that we're building for them, but in the efficacy of those programs and how those are working for them.
Hi, everyone. Happy Tuesday. We're so excited to be here in Sacramento, so thank you so much for having us. We're the Student Athlete Truth Corps. We are 8 student athletes who are also seniors at Redwood High School in Marin. So help us all. The power and ease of shared information by, for, and with California's youth. We are super privileged to also be sponsored by Breaking Barriers. As mentioned, we're all student athletes. We're all seniors, but I think I can speak for all of us when I say that sports is really an outlet, and it has been for all of our lives. The ability to take any stress or anxiety that you have in your life and turn it into an environment where you're solely just there for the love of the game is such an extraordinary privilege, and we've been lucky to have that for so long. And more than just the love of the game, sports teaches you integral life skills. So we've all been playing our respective sports for over 10 years, and it's taught us community and teamwork and compromise and collaboration and really important things, and that is a privilege to have, and we believe all youth should have the ability to have that. However, fundamentally, there's not enough care or advocacy of youth voice in youth environments and youth sports. And too frequently, these environments are not healthy. So Nina's going to touch more about that in a second. But just super quickly, we'll do introductions. So when I say your name, please just wave. So first we have Ethan Ferry. He plays baseball. Then Jake Post plays baseball and basketball. Charlie Poser, he plays water polo and basketball. Ava Brown plays softball. Marco Cleary, he plays soccer and runs track. I'm Lucy Jeffers. I play field hockey and lacrosse. Nina Baker plays field hockey and lacrosse as well. And last but not least, Jack Mosley, who plays baseball. So I'm going to hand it over to Nina. We're so happy to be here, so thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Lucy. And then sort of getting into why we came to be. So this group of us realized just through conversation that nobody was really asking us about the athletic programs that are ultimately designed to serve us. So we realized that some things were working, some things weren't. We had friends who were really loving their sports and who were really enjoying it. And we also had friends who were hating their sports and quitting them, which is super sad. And we were too fearful to volunteer what we thought, but we thought it was too important not to ask. So what we did next was we started asking questions. We wondered why nobody was asking us on a regular basis what is working and what isn't. What will we learn if we did ask? Why are we scared to say it? And what can we do about it?
What we found when we asked was that we were faced with a lot of support from adults and researchers, but we were also faced with a lot of doubt because there were already so many surveys out there that just weren't making an impact. And to this we asked, how many of those surveys were created by youth? None of them. And how many were deployed by youth to youth? None of them. So we found researchers that wanted to help give us a voice by, for, and with youth.
So we would also just like to give a huge thanks to our partners, Breaking Barriers, Applied Survey Research, and UC Davis. So about how we did this. Once we came up with our ideas, we kind of figured out what we wanted to do and the direction we wanted to go. We all came together, and first we were just drafting questions. We were going through it. We were trying to figure out what we want to ask and how we want to ask it and our format. So we started going through it, Zoom calls, class meetings, whatever it was, drafting questions up on Google Forms, kind of showing our peers, getting some feedback. And once we had settled on about 25 questions that we thought were getting to the point of what we wanted to ask, we ran a focus group. So we brought other students from our high school of all ages, male and female, and all different sports to kind of give us their feedback on what they thought about our survey. So it was basically a mini first run, and we had some great feedback on that. It was very interesting to hear what they had to say and their opinions on our surveys. Our principal, Dr. Barnaby Payne, he was great in helping us. He provided us with space to run our presentation, with support in what we needed in terms of getting stuff out to students, making announcements, all that sort of stuff. He was an incredible ally for us, and all the parents and coaches who came along as well attended our presentations, helped us get our stuff together, figure out what we wanted to do. And if you want to hear more about the survey in particular and where we're headed with this and what we've more accomplished so far, our results will be in our breakout session later this morning. So if you would like to hear some more, please attend that.
Okay, so we were told that we were brave. We wondered, and we realized that youth haven't really had a voice in society so far, and this has kind of led us to wonder, why is it brave for youth to give input on programs designed and funded to serve them? And this is just really because the youth haven't really ever had a voice within society, and this has kind of been the standard for years and generations, and it's not good for youth to not be involved. What does it say about our system if we have to be brave to do that? It says that we as a society need to change this. This cannot stand any longer. We need more youth to stand up and spread their voice. So our 8 takeaways from our shared information by, for, and with the youth are that if you take care, help us gather information regarding what we think of programs designed for us, we will help you and tell you. Gathering youth input on programs designed for us is not that hard. It's pretty easy. Listening to and using that input is doable if you wish. Now I'm going to swing it over to Charlie.
So for takeaway number 4, we really focused on how every community or school has its own unique environment. Our program is local, which means it's super important to gather local input directly from our students at Redwood. For example, our SATC group project at Redwood, we collected data feedback from athletes about their own coaches, not just general ideas about their coaches in sports. So the data truly reflected our own school's experience. For takeaway number 5, transparency was a big theme. But it's not just about collecting feedback, but it's also about being open and about what's working and what isn't. When we will share the SATC survey results with coaches at admin, it will create real conversations and help build trust with our coaches so us and our coaches can improve the programs at Redwood. That transparency also made it possible to just further better our school and our programs.
And then our last 3 takeaways are: you should not be afraid to ask us, more specifically the youth. We should not be afraid to say, because when we thrive, you thrive. I also just want to say thank you for listening to this, our little spiel and kind of overrun of what we've done and what we're still working on. We do have a breakout kind of learning session in, I think, about an hour, and we'd love for as many of you to come listen to us and talk philosophy or shop. Would be phenomenal. I know there's tons of amazing people and ideas to listen to today, but just thank you for taking the time to listen to us, and we hope to see you in a little bit, so thank you.